So feeding a fish. So just to give you an idea, a fish head is made up of a lot of different things like cartilage, joints, bones. This leads to variety of shapes of teeth or different classes of fish based on their feeding, because in the end, when you look at fish as the whole group, they feed off almost every type of food due to these different structures. So there's an example just of fish teeth, and you see like little teeth, you see those long sharp teeth, and then you see little sharp teeth. So all this leads to a variety of choices for food. But generally, a fish will suck in their prey, kind of like they suck in water to breathe. They suck in their prey using their mouth and pharynx. So they use whatever kind of muscles they have in that area, and they suck in their food. And I think I have a picture, and no, this is not a turtle, this is an actual fish. And it's screenshots that have been broken down of a fish feeding and sucking in its prey. And I also have a video. So, I'll go back in a minute. So, I'm going to cover digestion, excretory system, and reproductive together, and then I think I'm going to elaborate a little bit on reproductive. So I'm going to, remember I told you, from now until the end of the year, we're always going to cover major organs or major parts of each system and a little explanation of what each part does, okay? And they're generally going to be the same as you move on, with a little bit of differences depending. So, digestion, we could say feeding starts in the mouth and the pharynx, but digestion in a fish doesn't start until the stomach. So what does that mean for your dissections? You can find actual whole organisms inside the stomach of the fish, because if the fish swallows the food whole, and at that point we cut it, it could be a perfectly piece of shrimp or another fish. If digestion started, you might see little pieces of fish, okay, but digestion begins in the stomach. So if you see the stomach nice and inflated, there's probably something in it. The intestine will continue the breakdown, and it absorbs food, just like yours. And liver is the toxic, or the filter, we could say, in the digestive system. For excretory system, I want you to know for fish is that they use their kidneys to remove waste. And when we're referencing waste, we're usually referencing ammonia or some type of nitrogenous waste. Structures in reproduction include your sex organs, which are called gonads, and testes for males produce sperm, and ovaries for females produce eggs. We're going to focus a little bit more details about reproduction. Again, I don't know what scientist comes up with all these strange words, but here they come, okay? So we've got external fertilization is the main type of reproduction in fish. Oviparous, they lay their eggs after fertilization, and the embryo is nourished by the yolk. So think of O for yolk. I'm trying to give you some tips. If you want to underline the word O and yolk, because then you've got the internal fertilization, and there's two types. There's oviviparous, and again the O is there, so the female holds the egg and the embryo is nourished by the yolk. But then you've got viviparous, and the female holds the eggs inside, but the female actually is the one providing the nourishment, not the yolk. Fish can change genders.
Oh, yeah.
Wouldn't that be great? Alright, nervous system. Main organ or main structure is the brain, and here is a picture of the brain. I'm going to introduce this, and then we're going to talk more about it when we get into human systems. So you've got the cerebellum. Okay, anybody know what the function of the cerebellum is? Motion.
Oh, that's the bottom.
So think of L for legs or movement. Even though fish don't have legs, I'm trying to help you because there's another word that sounds like cerebellum. What is it? Cerebrum. And that's what you guys were all thinking, right? So cerebrum, whoops, I thought cerebrum was next. Optic lobe, optic, you're optometrist, visuals. Cerebrum, like you just mentioned, is thinking or memory in that sense. Olfactory bulb, anybody?
Smell.
Smell. And then we've got medulla. Oh, that's what Mama said so, but no. It's actually what gives you homeostasis or balance and regulates all balance throughout the organism, okay?